artificial intelligence taking over some practices. How long do I have until my law firm is dead?
The time window keeps getting shorter.
More clients, set up some tools and hire all at the same time.
Artificial intelligence taking over some practices. And you mentioned immigration among those, and that's what I practice. What I wanted to ask you is, what's your vision on that? How long do I have until my law firm is dead?
For me, the way that I see it is it's not a complete wipeout, it's a consolidation. Over time, just businesses consolidate. That means the cream of the crop come out, the true winners, and the rest kind of simmer down and just get forgotten. So I think that's the reason why we're here, to understand these things and still be ahead, still be in the top 5% and ride the wave with it. You could definitely still be in the top 5% of your market in the next 5 years using these things. But if you leave yourself out, you'll be in the bottom 95%, and that is very risky. But I think every single one of us, let me just give you guys confidence. You guys are way, way, way ahead of the entire rest of the market.
Right.
Again, don't forget, our ads have been seen by millions of people, and 4,000 or 5,000 people have applied. And from that, 600 people have joined. And from that, there's you guys. So don't worry, for the most part. Your market still requires that personal touch, talking to the people, things like that. Again, a lot of the work can be cleaned up, but there's still gonna be a need for every single one of us. So don't worry nearly as much.
Absolutely. And what you said, what to do to be prepared, build a complete business model that is all client acquisition model. Because the work going to get done with the AI, but the cases will not generate through AI, at least not now. So you strengthen your firm from doing an immigration law operation to immigration law client generation. So there is companies already working on using AI to do complete immigration, except like removals and deportations and so forth. Those still stays out there because the AI is not going to get into it. But anything transactional between family immigration and business immigrations is going to be taken over. It's going to take about 3 years to complete, in my estimate. The time window keeps getting shorter because all the AI development is coming off the ground, because they used to be doing it in caves and so forth. And now that it got exposed, everybody who's doing anything with AI, first of all, they're just coming right out. The second thing is all the big boys taking all the money and investing it into AI, so that's expediting the process. So if it was 5 years, it's now 3, maybe if you ask me 6 months from now, I say 1 year. Is a life expectancy. But you look about 3 years, you have to have an exit. So you either adopt AI and be in the game, and after 3 years, you basically have no staff and you're just sort of doing the business model and the client generations and so forth, and using this machine to basically process it.
Where do I really go to start? I don't know where to really begin. Should I hire the CEO first?
And my advice is you got to get clear with what you're currently doing so you can evaluate what that is. And once you do that, you're like, whoa, I'm working on things that I'm not doing. And these 3 departments is basically what it comes down to. You need more clients, you need to set up some tools and things to be able to automate, and you need to hire all at the same time. This is crucial for every business. So look at these as 3 different divisions, 3 different people that can help you with this. And you as yourself, you're the planner, visionary, and somebody who's able to say, this is what I need to be done, and then this is what the end result should look like based on numbers. And you step back and you're kind of like letting it be done for you.
In general, you have to decide if you're going to be an attorney or a business owner. You can't, nowadays with everything going on, you can't be both. If you're not a business owner, you don't know about this online presence, the technologies, the AIs, everything that's getting thrown at you, you gotta find expert needs to go hire a full-time MBA CEO. They probably cannot figure all this either. You gotta figure out the specific service, prioritize it, and hire experts for each area based on the KPIs, so they don't just hang around and say, I'm working on it, and give you what you need while you're running your business and expanding it. Your entire focus all the time is to expand the business. So never stopping ad campaigns that is really paying off and working, never stopping a marketing campaign that is working, to go figure things out. Because if it's working, let it work. And then you spend your time hiring experts to help you.
A lot of people see the things that need to be done and they just see as one picture and they get overwhelmed by it. But that's where we want to end up at. So you have to build the momentum with the easy stuff. As you said, hire the easy VA, delegate a little bit, pick up that momentum. When you start doing that, all of a sudden you're like, before I know it, I'm like hiring the managing director and doing all that stuff. So build the momentum by simplifying the easy first process. And then the rest will kind of play itself out.
Right.
And the other thing I was gonna add, that I was like thinking about it, is it takes time. It takes time. A lot of people, I think, underestimate how long it takes to do these things. I've seen in my experience, it takes 6 to 12 months. Depends on, some people work a little bit faster or quick implementers, but expect like 12 months is a good place to think about growth, real growth to happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in weeks. It doesn't take months. It's not, it takes some time. So relax. As long as you're kind of building momentum, doing little by little, it will add up.
I have 2 profit centers. One is the cases where I represent people, and one is where the refer out business, where we sort of take cases that don't make sense for us and we refer them out. Would I be better off having associates underneath me and growing my firm as much as possible? Or do I sort of maintain this balance of having my firm and where it makes sense associating in joint ventures with other firms on specific cases? And then just a follow-up question, how do you focus on the things that make the biggest impact?
For me to answer your question is, if you were to hire this associate, what would they be doing, Benji? And I want you to actually answer this.
Probably like most people in this room believe that 99% of work that attorneys do can be done by a Philippines virtual assistant. So I know that if I brought an attorney, I would still not want them to be doing stupid tasks. I would want them to do the things that they have to do, like depositions and client discussions and court appearances, stuff like that.
All those things that you just mentioned, do you like doing those things, or do you flow when you're doing those things?
That's not where I want to be spending my time.
So the answer is your own question. Whenever you're sitting on something that you don't want to do, you just don't thrive, it's a clear sign that it's not a sustainable thing for you to do it in any business, in any capacity. It doesn't matter what business you're in, it doesn't matter how rich you are, it's just a dead end. Yeah. So yeah, that is a complete trigger for you to have at least one, I would say. At least one is the mindset. How many would be the actual question. And then regarding to prioritization, I think in the beginning, we just we do it because we get drawn to challenges. I think me and Jaime talk about this all the time. We love challenges that we put ourselves to. Is the first part, and the second part that pulls us in is the people that we do it with, right? That's a big crucial part of this whole thing too. But over some time, after we were a couple of years in, then we could be a little bit more, we could prioritize a little bit more and be a little bit more selective. And that's something that both me and Jaime right now are going through. We've done it all. We've done 120 referrals. We have 600 members inside of our community. We have a lot of other stuff going on, but now we're prioritizing all those things. We're gonna consolidate is the word of the year for us. We're gonna consolidate, and instead of trying to do it for more people, we're gonna have less partners, less clients, less things, but try to do more with them, more with less is the mindset versus trying to do more. And it's something that, again, both of us are going through this. I think both of us are about to go hire the same coach to work with us together to go through this transformation for us.
Well, let me start with saying that when you start in doing the referrals, a lot of it has to do with your referral arrangement. There's referrals that are extremely profitable and there's referrals that are not so much. So if you're having a referral after doing 40% referral fees, you can't lose money. But if you're doing it at 15, 20%, it's very questionable. That's the first effect, to making sure you at least minimum 1/3 referral. And then your target is really 40. That's the first element. The second is what's the volume of that business and how much you can expand on it. Let's say to answer your second question first, to be able to do multiple ventures, multiple departments, multiple things, you have to dedicate yourself, focus on one thing and not mix things up. So imagine for 1 minute that you're only a referral firm. You don't do this anymore. You don't do your own litigation. I'm a referral firm. I'm gonna grow it. How many cases can I get in that I can refer out? What is my profit margins, which is your referral fees you're gonna get? What's your cost of client acquisition? And basically, what's my ROI? What is my net margins? So you manage that separately. If it makes sense, you just expand it like crazy. A lot more ads, a lot more referrals, a lot more control. Then you turn to this other side, wanting to do the litigation, doing it in-house and so forth. If you understand your net profits from this operation, and say, when I do it myself, I make 27% net profit. When I refer it out, I get 33%. You know what the heck, let's just give everybody out. So it all has to do with profit margin, not what I sort of feel like, want to do, could do, is not. Everything is about you're running a practice based on profitability, not about emotions or what everybody else does. Very simple P&L decision.